Merry Christmas and welcome to Passion Sports Matchday Previews. In this episode, we take a look at some of the key clashes of game week 19 of the EPL. First up is Liverpool versus Leicester City, the clash between first and second. They have been dominant all season, but defeat for Leicester here will see Liverpool open up a 10-point gap and virtually seal the EPL title race. They could also see themselves leapfrogged by Manchester City into second place if they lose in this one. It's quite important for Leicester to take a point at least from here. Defeat for Liverpool will see Leicester City move to within 7 points of the top and ensure that Manchester City do not leapfrog them this time. In the clashes between these two sides, the last time we saw a clean sheet was during Leicester's title-winning season 3 years ago. Their 7 clashes since have seen either side put in at least one goal. A natural thought for such a game would obviously be to bench all the defenders you have. However, benching Liverpool's defenders is not a good idea, as they are bound to contribute in goals and assists quite often, and the trio of Trent Alexander-Arnold, Andrew Robertson and Virgil van Dijk have contributed with 5 goals and 12 assists in all the games this season. The same, however, cannot be said about Leicester City's defenders, despite them having conceded the fewest goals all season, as the last 2 games have seen a major problem at left back, and this could be exploited by Liverpool's marauding wide players who will cause the Leicester City defence a lot of problems. Of Sadio Mane and Mohamed Salah are Liverpool's focal point of attack, and if Leicester City somehow manage to stop these two, they still have to deal with the threat of Xherdan Shaqiri, Roberto Firmino or Divock Origi. Firmino has just 1 goal and 1 assist in his last 11 starts, and should Leicester City focus on the wide players, Firmino would have an ocean of space in the middle to end his goal drought. This does not bode well for Leicester City, who in all likelihood should go for a goal themselves rather than try to keep Liverpool out at Anfield. Attack is the best form of defence, and Leicester City's attack will be led by Jamie Vardy, who will be hoping that his midfield plays the ball early and allows him a chance to run at Liverpool. Leicester City manager Brendan Rodgers has mentioned that he will rest his premier striker over the festive fixtures. However, this is not going to be the game that he will rest him, and Jamie Vardy, who has played every single minute this season and scored 17 goals, the highest in the league, will likely be called upon this season as well and will have to make the most of every single chance he gets, as there won't be many. It's going to be an uphill battle for Leicester City here in this one, and despite them coming close to drawing against Liverpool earlier in the season, it's hard to see Liverpool not winning this one. Next up is Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Manchester City. A win for Manchester City here will be their 3rd in a row in the Premier League. If results go their way, they could be second by the time they kick off in the final Boxing Day clash. Expect Pep Guardiola to make a lot of changes as he looks to keep his players fresh all throughout the festive period. This could be a problem for all fantasy Premier League managers out there, but Pep Guardiola would obviously want to do what's best for his team, as he would like to have his key players rested for the clash against Manchester United at the start of the new year. Riyad Mahrez and Kevin De Bruyne have been in imperious form and should be expected to score if they start. Sergio Aguero, who returned to first team action in last week's match, would be expected to start, as Gabriel Jesus has missed just 7 minutes across the last 5 games in all competitions. Another candidate for the bench could be Kyle Walker, who has played entirety of the last 5 games. Joao Cancelo could be set to replace him. It's highly unlikely that they will all miss out simultaneously, but we'll get a better idea of that as the week progresses. For Wolves, it'll be relatively simple. Get the ball to Raul Jimenez and offer him an opportunity to run at City's depleted backline, where Fernandinho fills in as centre-back. On paper, this should be a straightforward win for City, but I doubt it'll be with a clean sheet, and expect manager Pep Guardiola to opt for a defender once the winter transfer window opens. Next up is Manchester United versus Newcastle United. Newcastle have won 3 of their last 4 games and have only failed to score thrice in their last 11 games since the start of October. They lost all 3 games, which incidentally were away games, and should hold United in good stead, at least on paper. Manchester United maintain their woeful form against non-Big Six opposition and have a record of 14 points from 13 games against these teams. Worryingly for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's side, his Manchester United will face 2 successive non-Big Six opposition before a trip to Emirates to play Mikel Arteta's Arsenal in the new year. Anyone watching football for the first time would have assumed that it was Manchester United and not Watford who were the relegation candidates. With their abysmal form this season, it's hard to see them go to even the top 6 or even top 7. Earlier in the season, Manchester United lost this fixture as Matthew Longstaff announced his arrival with a wonder goal. Newcastle average a goal a game this season, and any team would fancy their chances against goalkeeper David De Gea, who has not kept a clean sheet in his last 13 Premier League starts. He will be low on confidence after his howler against Watford enabled his side to break the deadlock. With the exception of Aaron Wan-Bissaka, the United defence still looks brittle and would gladly welcome the arrival of Eric Bailly. However, it doesn't look like this will be the match where that welcome addition will happen. Expect Paul Pogba to return to the starting lineup after he made an appearance from the bench against Watford. This is good news for Manchester United as it means that Jesse Lingard will be benched. Now, Jesse Lingard can be described as a 27-year-old future talent, an attacking midfielder who scores and assists occasionally. Jesse Lingard has not scored a single league goal for United in 2019, and I just wondered, even throughout Paul Pogba's injury, why someone like Juan Mata was not picked over Lingard. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer would do well to bench Anthony Martial for this one and allow teenage striker Mason Greenwood to have a start. Anthony Martial seems disinterested, which is absolutely frustrating for all United fans as they have seen what he is capable of in flashes, where it took 4 players to stop him. Manchester United are in desperate need of rejuvenation and would be looking to shed the Robin Hood tag of a team that takes points from the big teams and hands them to the smaller teams. On paper and even on form, it is hard to see United head into this one as the favourites, and when the winter transfer window opens, they are in desperate need of a goal poacher and a creative player. That's all for this week, and once again, have a very Merry Christmas from all of us here at Passion Sport. See you later.